get started. Georgia Tech head coach Geoff Collins. Coach, if you could open us up with some remarks before we take questions.
Yep. So just the comments to the guys before we sang the fight song was the first two drives, let them go down the field and score on us, score 14 points in the first two drives, but then 3 points the rest of the game. And then there were a couple of drives that we left points on the board. So obviously that's going to be a big point of emphasis going forward. I've not slept since Sunday night. That's the last time I've slept on a short week. So I appreciate you guys being here, celebrating the win with the guys. We got a lot of work to do for an ABC matchup next Saturday, 3:30 back here in Bobby Dodd Stadium. So whatever we got to talk
Go
about.
ahead and get started with questions. Please raise your hand. Got a microphone. We'll start right with Rob.
Geoff, I know earlier this week we talked about getting the running game going.
Yeah.
Really good night running the ball, especially Dante Smith. What did you see from the offensive line?
Yeah, I thought they were getting good push all night, and Dante had a heck of a game, and just really proud of him and all three of the guys. Dylan and then Hassan, helped us out a bunch too. But just really proud of Dante, really proud of the offensive line. And then Nate McCullum's reverse for a touchdown. Big block by Jeff Sims. Big block by Pierce Quick. It was really good to see those guys out in space, being unselfish and doing those kind of things to help their buddy get a touchdown.
Right here with Kelly.
Geoff, you could sort of see the difference in the first half without Charlie in there. He's kind of your eraser guy in space. How did you try to adjust for that in the first half? And then obviously you got to see what he could do in the second half. And it seemed like that was a real difference maker.
Yeah, Charlie is a tremendous player. There were two busts early, one on the 3rd and 10. Well, we should have had the back. We didn't. He got out of there. And then the other one, when they ran the jet sweep wheel, somebody should have had him too, and just the cumulative reps. Charlie is a heck of a player, but also the guys that came in Charlie's stead, they settled down and were able to get us through the end of the first half without any more points. So, but Charlie is. Just really proud of his development in the program, and he was the one after I was done talking, spoke to the team as well, and those kind of things haven't happened here in a while. So it was really good for his leadership, how he handled the week, knowing he wasn't going to play the first half, but still being supportive, still being a coach out there on the field for us. So I cannot express enough how proud I am of Charlie Thomas. Not only is a great player, but just his development as a young man in this program. It's really special.
Hey, Geoff, Miles Williams of the three-point conversion. 0 false starts compared to last week's hands full and 0 sacks given up. What was the most important thing that you wanted to see this week from the O-line in practice?
That was the big thing, and 0 block punts too. So we want to make sure, we had all of that tightened up. We told the guys last week the things that we made critical mistakes against the number 4 team in the country are all fixable mistakes. Now, it doesn't mean that we've waved a magic wand and then come out, tomorrow, because Monday will be our off day, come out tomorrow, and then it's all just magically fixed. We got to work on it every single day and work on our issues and just continue to get better, because I think we all know the quality of opponents that we have coming up, especially the one that is next Saturday at 3:30. Really good football team.
Mark, right back here.
Coach, your quarterback, Jeff Sims, seemed to struggle a little bit more tonight throwing the football than he did Monday night. Was there anything specific going on with that? Any looks the defenses were giving you tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing is that we wanted to establish the run. That was a big point of emphasis all week, and take our shots we needed to. So that was the big thing. Obviously the one interception after a sudden change. Obviously wish we could have that back. The kid made a heck of a play. But the biggest thing of the night was establishing the run game. And I thought Jeff did a good job getting us into the right looks for us to have success in the run game as well.
Patrick, right over here.
Coach Collins, along the same lines, in the second half really shut the passing game. I think there was only 3 pass plays for Georgia Tech in the second half. Maybe I'm off on that count. Was that about emphasizing the run game as well, or was there
100%.
something they were doing to dictate
No,
that?
that's what we wanted to do in the second half of the game. That was a big point of emphasis, and I thought our guys did it.
Another one for Rod right here.
Carlos Davis was a handful back there, and it really seemed like you guys struggled with the contain when he was back there and shook off that first tackle.
Yeah, I knew on tape that he was a really good player, and then you see him in person. He was impressive in the pocket, escaping the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, and unfortunate that he got injured because he's a really good player, and just wish them the best. Obviously, I didn't talk about it during the week, but that is my alma mater, and just seeing the way they competed and the way the really good players that they have, and obviously number 5 is a really good player, so I hope he gets better.
Another one with Kelly right here.
The defense got caught a few times with the screen game, with the over pursuit on the running back screen, slipping out. Kind of what can you do there? I know it's a natural tendency to particularly with a running quarterback, to try to get him boxed in, but I guess, is that something that you have to work on this week now?
No, absolutely, because that'll be a big part of the next couple of weeks. So obviously the awareness of that, there's always layers to the defense that has to be responsible for it. And they were doing a nice job of draining the underneath coverage out to have those soft spots, but still got to rally up and make the plays and have awareness and those kind of things. So obviously there'll be a point of emphasis moving forward because they did a nice job with it.
Rod?
I know in the past couple of years, been looking for those turnovers, especially in the secondary. And tonight, maybe that's a start for something to build on.
Yeah, 100%. So a lot of more tips and overthrows, but also guys doing a nice job in pursuing, attacking the football. But it's just something we've got to continue to build on. Obviously, hate, 2 of them not getting any points out of it, so that'll be the sudden change piece of it for offense. That'll be a big emphasis as well, because I think we left some points on the board, especially Charlie's getting down, 12, 15-yard line, and, coming up with no points. So we just got to make sure we're understanding how important it is to capitalize when we are having good fortune in creating turnovers.
Kelly?
Obviously, the weather was not great, and you're on the short rest. Do you feel like maybe that had some impact at the early part of the game where you guys might have started a little slow, just
Hey, Ken.
a little sluggish?
Yeah, I don't want to make any excuses for anything. Just we got to do better. We got to start the games better on the defense side of the ball. So that'll be the only thing that we've got to continue to. We've made decisions how we were going to handle the first part of the game, and then just had 2 critical busts in coverage on 2 of the touchdowns. So get that cleaned up.
Patrick, we'll have time for a couple more for Coach.
Coach Collins, now that it's behind you and you got the W Saturday night, how do you walk that line? You finish on Monday night, tough finish to a tough game. You got 5 days against an opponent that you hope and expect to beat. How do you walk that line managing your team to prepare for that?
Talking about this past week,
Yes, sir.
can I be honest? It was hard. It was hard because it was a physical football game Monday night against the number 4 ranked team in the country. Hats off to our coaches, hats off to our players, hats off to our strength staff, training staff, nutrition staff. The job that they did getting that team ready to go, and the level of preparation. Again, hats off to our guys. Charlie Thomas just talked about it in the locker room, just the process, because we talked all week. You got to accelerate the process to learn the opponent that we're defending, learn the game plan, and to be ready to go. And it's not easy. Playing 2 games in 5 days is not easy. But hats off to our guys for doing it. And then we'll have meetings, lifting, recovery, all of those things tomorrow, and then they'll get Monday off. But we got a lot of work to do to continue to become a better team.
Okay. Ken, do you have anything?
Hey, Ken.
Glad I could join you guys. Obviously, a lot of positives and some factors in this, and particularly the short fields for you. But what do you take from getting outgained by Western Carolina?
Well, I think one of the biggest pieces, there were short fields all night. You know, hats off to the return game. Hats off to the turnovers that we were able to create. So we were playing a short field. But then credit to Western Carolina as well. I told you guys all week, they have an explosive offense. It is a really good offense, one of the top 10 offenses in the country. They've got really good players, and we had our hands full. We contributed to that with some eye violations early to let some things happen that shouldn't have happened, but we'll get those things cleaned up and get them fixed and get ready for next Saturday.
Anything else? George, you got anything? You good? Okay.
Appreciate you guys.
Coach,
Thank you.